Well, hi there, and welcome to this week's episode of Canadian Profits TV. Dave Dubeau here, working from the computer again instead of the fancy schmancy stuff we usually do with Wagner, because I got him cracked the whip. I got him working on some other stuff right now. So just you and me right now. What are we going to be covering? Well, for our business breakthrough, I'm going to be talking about some experience I'm having with outsourcing for sales activities. For the real estate tip, I'm going to be talking about increasing your profit potential by dealing with nicer properties. And for the mindset minute, I'm going to go a little bit woo-woo with you about an experience that I just had at a recent workshop retreat. So stay tuned. Talk to you soon. Okay, so for today's business breakthrough, I want to talk again about outsourcing, because this is something that is just so important, in my opinion, for us as small business owners, self-employed professionals, individuals, work-at-home people, even employees in a lot of cases. And that is, it seems like the more technology we have, it actually seems to make things run a lot faster. That was supposed to make things easier for us, but it's done the exact opposite. It seems like we're expected to do more, have it cost less, and do it a lot faster than in the past. So that creates quite a few challenges. One of the solutions to that is to get some help. And one of the best ways I can see that is outsourcing. So for example, with my business, Results Enterprises, which is my marketing and publishing company. So with that, we run the Canadian Real Estate Profits Membership Program, Canadian Profits TV, our new Creative Profits Club, my rent-to-own cash on demand system. All of that is under the umbrella of my marketing company. We need lots and lots of help. So I talked last week a little bit about some of the outsourcing that we do. Another thing that we've just brought on board is outsourcing some sales functions, which I've just been really working with this the last month or so, starting to show some really, really good traction. So basically what we do is we have some folks we recruited. You might have seen our emails a few months ago, or a month and a half ago, looking for people who are interested in working with us in doing some sales tasks. We had very, very good response from that, getting that team up and running and trained, and I've outsourced that function as well. And we're actually starting to get some really good traction with making some higher ticket sales. So this is very good because it's not so much of a sales call as a consultative type of a conversation. So it's not like a virtual vacuum cleaner salesperson. This is a relationship building kind of consultative sales process. Personally, I don't have the time to be doing that. I'm too busy doing other things. I don't have the skill set either to do that myself. So this was something I was really weak in, and by outsourcing that, we're getting it done. We're obviously, from our business point of view, we're seeing increased sales, which is always good, but actually we're providing a much better service for our clients and members and customers, because they're able to see the different opportunities, the different products and services that we have available, and what fits their needs best. So win-win-win for everybody. So if you haven't done it before, I suggest you check out outsourcing. A good resource for you is elance.com to get started with some basic stuff. That is your business tip for this week. All right, for our real estate tip, I want to talk about potentially increasing your profits by dealing with nicer properties. So when I was doing my 18 creative deals, or my 18 flips in 18 months, one of the most profitable deals I did was actually with a very nice executive home. And because it kind of stood out, because most of my other creative deals were with some not so great properties. Some of them were okay, others were pretty on the shabby side, but this one was actually an executive home, and I did an option on it. And if you're part of Creative Profits Club, you're getting educated about what options are. But basically, by focusing on a higher priced property, it increased my profits a couple of ways. First of all, there is more wiggle room on higher priced properties as far as the price goes, as far as the how much the seller is probably willing to go down. Plus, the other thing is, the more numbers you have in there, the higher the possible spread is for you, and that makes things work a lot better as well. So consider taking a look at higher priced properties, especially for creative deals if you're doing quick flip type things, especially if you're doing an option or a sandwich lease where your risk is very, very minimalized. You could be looking at a lot better profit margins that way. That's a real estate tip for this week. Okay, for our Mindset Minute, I just want to share with you a little bit about a recent workshop that I went to, actually the week before last, and it was put on by Leader to Luminary, which is Callan Rush and her partner Justin Livingston. Went there with my good friend Ken Beaton and approximately 25, 26 other folks, and the whole workshop was about mesmerizing your audience, or how to give more effective presentation. So wasn't really sure what to expect with this. I thought it was going to be a lot more, Toastmastery type stuff, tips on, walk this way and move your hands this way and all that kind of stuff. Really had very little to do with any of that. It was much more of a, what would you call it, a personal kind of experience. So what they really dug into is becoming much more authentic, letting the real you shine through. And I have to admit, I had a challenge doing that at the beginning. I'm kind of used to having a bit of a different professional persona versus a personal persona, and they're talking about connecting the two of those, and it just makes sense because when you're authentic, when you're really showing the true you and not putting on airs or masks or trying to set a certain image, a public image and a personal image, then you're much more genuine and it just shines through and people can really connect with you. So I like to think that I haven't been, putting on too much of airs, but if I have been, I apologize for that, and definitely going to be trying to really, really focus on genuine communication and just being authentic. So that was the big thing we took away from that. Thought it was going to be a much more hands-on kind of a workshop, but it was definitely much more of a personal development kind of an experience, which I found very, very valuable. So that's the Mindset Minute that I want to share with you this week. Okay, great. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Canadian Profits TV. If you were signed up to watch my recent 5 Steps to Rent-to-Own Success webinar, the replay is now up and you can watch that and check out all of that information at r2oprofitsummit.com, r2oprofitsummit.com. And if you're interested in investing in my rent-to-own cash-on-demand system, this is a great opportunity to do that. I believe there are still a few of our scratch and dent special offers available, as well as our brand new version of the course. And of course, this includes coming to our upcoming R2O Profit Summit here in Kamloops in July 26, 27, 28. Again, check all of that out at r2oprofitsummit.com. So what else is going on? Well, I want to send out belated happy birthday wishes to a couple of our friends and contributing writers. First of all, Michael McLean in lovely Perth, Ontario. Happy birthday, Michael. Also to Darren Weeks. He just turned 45. All right. And it's actually kind of interesting. I can poke fun at Darren a little bit because he's 3 months older than I am. So my big 45 birthday is coming up in September. It's kind of fun. It's kind of interesting that several of the contributing writers in Canadian Profits, we were all born in the same year, plus some of the folks that have been kind of hanging around with us. So Troy White was born in that in 68, Michael McLean, Darren Weeks, myself, Dave Dubois, Owen Garrett, who you've probably heard of through us as well, was born in 68. So there's quite a gang of us all from that year. It's kind of interesting. Anyhow, have a great week and talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.